Hey Fruit Loops, Luopii back with another creative tutorial, with this one being invisible box fights. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do is lay out how big you want your box fight in builds. So I'm going to do mine 4x3. Then go into your devices and find the trick tile. Make sure you have enough to cover your whole box fight, plus one more for the supporting one. So place that down on each. Then after you get them all placed down, so the settings it needs: activation delay 0.25 seconds, activated at game start yes, trigger on player contact no, and that's all. Now you need to do that on every single tile. Okay, then after you finish editing all the tiles, start the game to make sure all of them work correctly. So as you can see, 2 of them did not work, so I need to remember which ones they are and fix them. Okay, now that I fixed them, I'm going to start the game again. Make sure they all worked. Yep, all of them disappeared. Now what you want to do next is go to your devices and find the objective device gallery. Place that down and delete everything except for the square piece. This one right here. You're going to take it, then you're going to rotate it like this to where it's square, and then you want to resize it, the height all the way down, and then resize everything else the same size as your box fight. Then when placing it down, try to make it as flush as possible to the box fight. You don't want to under like this. So if anything, have it one grid snap above. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can hang over a little bit. It doesn't matter. It won't be seen. Now for the settings for this, you want health to be invulnerable, visible during games off, play audio off, turn these show objective settings all to no. Now you're going to want to find your barrier device, and these are going to be your ceiling and walls. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either place it in the middle and make it the perfect size of your box fight like this. And if you're making it like this, make sure you set the zone shape to box hollow. But the problem with that is then the players can build outside of the barrier. The other way you can do it so they can't build outside of the barrier is have one for each side. So then it would be like this on each side, including the roof. Then the settings for that are 0.5 on the correct axis, and then the length and height of your box fight. And you can set these to invisible if you want, or whatever you want your box fight to look like. But for the sake of time, I'm going to do the first option and put it in the middle. So that's how the invisible box fight is made. See all these break? I can walk, I can do everything, I can't go inside, I can build, and it's all invisible. Now I will show you the other devices I use for my box fights. I'll show you the devices I use for the actual mechanics of the box fight. So you're going to need another barrier device. Place it right on this. This barrier will come down on a countdown, so you can put it in the middle and give as much space for the player as they need. Next, you want to find a timed objective device. Place this down. Start when round starts, yes. Time however long you want it to take before the barrier goes down. I will put it to 5 seconds. Visible during game, no. Countdown visible on HUD, that is up to you. Then when completed, transmit on channel 1. Now go back to the barrier and have disable when receiving on channel 1. That way when that device finishes counting down, it will tell this device to go away. Then as for weapons, you will need a class designer device and throw all the weapons and ammo you want into it, and heals and everything else. Then make sure class identifier is set to 1, and then when you go to my island, make sure the default class identifier is set to 1. That way everybody will get this loot. Now, when I start it, barrier's up, I can build and get ready to fight my opponent. And then once the timer counts down, the barrier goes away, and that's how you make an invisible box fight. If you liked the video, please give it a like, subscribe to see more, and comment what tutorials you want to see next. See you later, Fruit Loops.